Hello everybody, Sparkster1701 here. Let's take a look at a special Transformer we've been hoping to get for a while. We have here the Earthrise release of Runabout. Of course, Runabout here deserves a shout out to my friend MJ, who managed to secure this Runabout toy away from her roommate's cat, Evil Lynn. Well, the cat's called Lynn, but she's apparently going to the dark side now. Since my friend was going to order a case of 15 of these toys to sell, and this one was the one that the cat hasn't seized yet. So, Lynn, if you're watching this, this is the one that got away. Hardy har 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 har. Sorry, I couldn't help myself, folks. Anyway, as we stated earlier, this is Runabout, and right here is his Generation 1 counterpart. As last month, back in December, we did review his partner in crime, Runamuck. And earlier this month, we took a look at the Collectors Club version of Runabout. And here's a sneak peek for next week, viewers. We're going to be taking a look at Collectors Club Runamuck next time. So I do hope you'll look forward to that. But in the meantime, let's take a look here at Runabout. You can see they went with a similar color scheme for him compared to the original, even including having the red striping. Of course, this one doesn't have that, because for some reason, when my brother and I were growing up, we didn't get the stickers be put on to our versions of Runabout and Runamuck. So this one doesn't have his on it. I don't know why our parents didn't let us do that on these. I can't figure out why, but that's not important anymore. At any rate, especially for the benefit of those of you who missed the video on Overrun, the Collectors Club version of Runabout, earlier in the month, brief history. The original Runabout was released back in 1986. He was known then as a Battle Charger, which was basically the Decepticon version of a jump starter. An automatic transformer, so to speak. When in car mode, you could drag this toy across the floor, and then he would roll in a straight line, and shortly through it, he would pop up into his robot mode. But since he was still on wheels, he would continue to roll on for a few moments until all the energy was expended. That served him well, as his function was as a shock trooper. And shock troopers at that time were the name for a special set of troops that were trained to breach enemy defenses. So, the play mechanism that this old toy had would work well with that, as you could set up wooden blocks or loose-fitted Legos or whatever to form makeshift defensive areas for your Transformers. And then this guy and his buddy could go crashing through them. It seems kind of silly, but it was fun back in the day. The only downside to the way he was designed is the fact that the toy has no articulation whatsoever. The modern version, since it lacks that gimmick, has considerable articulation. His head can be turned from side to side, and he can look up and down. You can raise his arms up about so far, and his arms do rotate at the shoulder all the way around. You will have to shift him a bit to avoid the back panels. He does have a joint at his elbow, so you can bend his arm at the elbow 90 degrees, and he does have a swivel at the bicep. So he has Hasbro's G.I. Joe Battle Grip. He can be twisted at the hip. so he can do the twist. His legs can be spread apart to do a full splits. He can also raise his leg up at the hip, considerably higher than 90 degrees, so he can obviously kick a Transformer in the face. And he can also bend his leg at the knee, just slightly more than 90 degrees. So, Runabout here does have significant articulation. Now, of course, biggest difference that this one has is he has two guns, and they are different. This is gun number 1. And by the way it's designed, especially with this little curved, lighter scope on it, is meant to invoke the similar setup on the Generation 1 original. So as you can see, it does have a similar feature at the top of it. It also even has this front guard, which is also very similar. Heck, even the barrel of the gun is very, very similar to the Generation 1 version, so that is a nice touch. And of course, there is the second gun, which we have no idea where they got this idea from. I think it's more based around Runamuck's gun, in all reality. Now, as an added feature, the guns do have holes in the back of them, so they can be plugged in. There is this option, but that's a little wonky looking, and if it's not done right, it'll just make them look like they're half hinged in. The instructions recommend putting this one here, the one with the X in the back, to insert into the other one. So I will admit it does have a smoother connection. This is, of course, how the guns will be packaged in the toy. And then, of course, you can plug it in like that, and then Runabout has a considerably larger rifle, which doesn't look too bad on him, in all honesty. Now we're going to transform Runabout here, and it is a relatively simple process. The first thing we do is we are going to shift his arms a bit, because we are going to rotate him at his hips all the way around, just like that. And then next, we will take his feet and connect them together, like so. Gonna make sure they go in there smoothly. Then we turn him around, and you're gonna bend him at the knees on the inside only. You don't want the rest of the car to move. You bend him at the knees, fold them down, and pretty much fold his legs in. This may take a little work on a very brand new toy, but just be patient with it. So he kind of comes off looking like a smaller version of himself. Now, once you've done that, you're going to fold his feet up and get them flush against the body. So that'll complete the front end of the car. And then next, we're going to come up here, we'll pop open his chest panel, and you're going to fold the head down inside, and then we will close his chest up like so. Now we come around here for a second, because we're going to raise up the windscreen of the car. We're aiming for the front windscreen, so that will take a little effort. Don't force it, you just wiggle it slowly. Of course, I'm being gentle because I don't want to see my friend have to fight the cat again and get another one. And then here we go. You'll take his arms now, and you'll fold the fists inside his forearms. just like that. And you'll turn the arms at the bicep so that you've got the door facing outside and you see this hole on his forearm, just like that. Then you will bring the arms up at the shoulders, just like that. Then you're going to fold them into the side and attach them to the legs to completely form the doors of the car. This may take a little effort. There we go. So they don't stick too well. And next, we'll take the back window. We're going to raise it up a bit so that we can get access to the wheels here. We fold the back wheels out. Then we're going to connect the front windshield down onto the body of the car. And bring down the rear one and snap everybody into place. And then there you have it. Runabout has been transformed into his sports car mode, which of course is meant to be an unknown model, just by the way the toys are being made now. Whereas back in the Generation 1 day, Runabout was a Lotus Esprit Turbo. A similar kind of car that was used in these two James Bond movies. In The Spy Who Loved Me, as you can see here on the cover of my DVD, the car was able to transform into a submarine. Supposedly, Elon Musk, the richest man in the world now, has that particular car that was used in the movie, and he's trying to figure out how to make it work in real life. Best of luck to you, Elon. And of course, the car would be another model of Lotus Esprit would appear in For Your Eyes Only, and it featured probably the best anti-theft device, as when a thug broke one of the windows, the car self-destructed, killing him in the process. Only in the world of James Bond, right, folks? Now, of course, you also have the option with Runabout here that you can attach his gun, either individually or you can combine them together, and the gun can be attached to the roof of the car. Looks kind of silly like that, but I'm afraid the smaller versions are just going to look kind of weak and such. Now, of course, how does the modern one roll on his wheels? Not too bad. I think he's kind of dragging on the bottom from the way it sounds. So maybe I don't have everything cinched up as much as I should. There we go. Maybe that's a little bit better. Let's try that. Oh, yeah. That's a bit smoother. That's better. That's better. That's certainly an improvement. And, of course, as we can see, the car does have some homages to the original, like having the red windows, the Decepticon symbol. Unfortunately, they got it on the roof of the car, but it kind of matches the rub sign that was on the original. But of course, when we turn the other one back to the robot side, you can see that his chest has an insert where the symbol is. And that, of course, would also be similar for this, as the rub sign was in an insert portion of the toy. So, nice work on the homages there, Hasbro. At least somebody in their design department took the time to look at the old toy. Now we get to my thoughts. What do I think of this version of Runabout? I do like it. The only thing that I really have a gripe about is that they made him a Target exclusive. I think if they were going to go and make him an exclusive, why didn't they just make Runabout an exclusive with him as well, and package the two of them together like they did with the clones? I mean, yeah, the clones were sold together back in the G1 day, but with the overabundance of attention being put on the Seekers, especially with how they were overdone in the Siege toy line, in my opinion, having a different exclusive 2-pack would have been something nice and refreshing for a change. And I think more of the fans would have probably liked these guys here, Runabout and his buddy Runamok, as an exclusive over some of the others that were done as exclusives. I mean, yeah, they packaged Thundercracker and Skywarp together as an exclusive, and Target also got the clones as an exclusive. And then they got this as an exclusive, and they got Thrust as an exclusive. It's kind of... I think this would have made more sense having the Runabout and Runamuck as an exclusive together, rather than selling them separately and then making only one of them an exclusive. But that's just my opinion, really. But regardless, if you do have Runamuck, I would definitely recommend going ahead and getting Runabout. You might as well have the two of them together, so you can have some tag team destructive Decepticons. But all in all, the new toy is a good one. It is built rather solidly. It doesn't have the silly gimmick from the G1 era, which is a mixed bag, but I think the trade-off of the extra posability more than makes up for the lack of the pullback gimmick. Anyway, that's my thoughts of the Earthrise release of Runabout. I hope you all enjoyed it. And again, special thanks to my friend MJ for submitting this toy to me. If you liked the video, please leave me a thumbs up here on YouTube. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button down below and join our ranks. Make sure you ring the bell so you'll get notified when we post new content. Also ask that you share this video with your friends and fellow collectors. That's what helps this channel grow. And also share your thoughts about Runabout in the comments down below. This is Sparkster1701 reminding you that next week we're going to take a look at the Collectors Club release of Runamuck. And then we're going to prepare for February. We got something to announce for it next time, so please look forward to that. And I'll catch you all later.